Let's start with this. What the police are exactly focusing at this point in time?
That part's a little bit unclear. I mean, the company in the past has admitted or said that there were failures of internal management. The company as well last week reported that there was a huge shortfall in its balance sheet. You just said they're nearly $37 billion. They're unlikely to be able to recover a lot of these assets. So clearly there are issues within the company. But what exactly Chinese police are looking into and who they're looking into as well, that part's really not clear as yet. So there's been one that's been identified by last name because Chinese police did put out a statement on WeChat, but by the last name Shi, which does make you maybe perhaps think of the founder, Shi Jikun, but he passed away a couple of years ago. There are a number of people that go by that surname at the organisation. These are Shi's relatives that are working at the executive level, so it's possible, but again, nothing's been confirmed as yet. But yes, in the context of where we're at with Zhongzhi at the moment, it is clear that they are facing a lot of financial difficulties, and it's not at a bigger level, macro level, it's not something that Chinese authorities want to see either, because they're trying to spur confidence back into the company or into the country as well.
Do we know about the nature of the investigation, Belle?
Yeah, this part's a little bit unclear as well, Heidi, so it's still, of course, a lot of details to come out of this, but we do know that criminal mandatory measures are being taken. If that sounds familiar, it's because that is the exact term that was applied or used recently for the investigation into property developer Evergrande and its founder. It's difficult to say exactly what those criminal mandatory measures could include because it's very broad. So the measures can be things like summons, release on bail, residential surveillance, detention, arrest. So the scope, the shape of the investigation is still unclear. Who exactly is being investigated, that's unclear. But as I said, in the past, Zhongzhi has admitted that there were failures of internal management, and there has been a lot of concerns around this company, given that it does have, as you can see here, just some of the exposure to the property sector in particular, around 8 or nearly around 7% of trust companies' assets broadly is related to this sector. But of course, again, it points to that bigger issue at play, which is when you have issues in one part of the asset mix, it can have a spillover effect into other parts as well.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that. So I'm just trying to think right now who might be affected. Well,
it's the wealthy individuals that have parked their money into these sorts of trust companies, because you've been able to earn a lot more money historically by investing into these sorts of vehicles. In the past, of course, in recent years, it's become a little bit more unstuck because there's been a slim down of the industry. China's really cracked down on the excessive leverage of these kinds of firms. And the troubles as well at Zhongzhi in particular, well, they started back in August, because at that point we were reporting on this company failing to make payments to customers on high-yield investment products. So as I said, the Zhongzhi says the liquidity is dried up, but the amount that could be recovered from these asset disposals is expected to be low. And so a lot of question marks really over the health and the continuity of this sort of sector as well into the future, because China, of course, really keen to smooth out this sort of dysfunctions in the financial system.